So today the question that's coming in, it could be twofold, right? Maybe during, this last stretch in the economy, maybe you got downsized or lost your job and you have this 401k sitting there and you're kind of thinking, well, what should I do with this thing? Or it may be that you're really getting close to or you're set for retirement, right? And you're just thinking, so I'm retired, now what, right? What do I do with my 401k? So those are the things that we're going to talk about in this video today, is really kind of figure out for you where you are in this course, right? Are you retired and you want to know what to do? Or are you, leaving a job or have just left a job and you want to know what your options are? And so they're almost going to be identical with a few different exceptions. So we're going to talk about that today. So let's tackle the idea of, hey, I left my job or I just got downsized and I'm planning on going back into the workforce. Well, what should I do with my 401k? Well, there's a couple options that you can do, right? You can hold on to it and you can wait until you start your new job and you could just roll it into your new employer's 401k, assuming they have that option for you. Or you could just leave it with your old employer and it kind of just sits there, and the funds that are in that plan that you're invested in will likely stay the same. But from time to time, your old employer might make changes. They might switch companies altogether that are managing that 401k. So oftentimes when we leave it at an old 401k, with an old company, it doesn't really make sense because we lose some of that control and that flexibility that we might have if we were investing the money ourselves through our own options. So in that case, what a lot of people will do is they'll take from their 401k and they'll roll it into an IRA. And an IRA is just an individual retirement account. So what that does is it allows you to take that money, put it into your own account, and now you can invest it how you see fit. I'm also going to teach you just a couple different things, not just circled around that 401k, but also, if you're retired or if you're not retired, ways to kind of build that out and enhance what you've already done. So now maybe you've rolled it over and you have an IRA, right? Or here's another option for you. You have this money sitting in the 401k, but you've lost your job and you really need access to that money. That's always another option. And unfortunately, we see it all too much where people, when they leave a job or they've lost their employment, they're having to take from that 401k. They're having to access those dollars right now. And that's great that those dollars are there, but those dollars are subject to, generally taxes if it's, a traditional 401k. And also, if you're under 59 and a half, those dollars are also subject to a 10% penalty. So the taxes and penalties can really diminish the value of that 401k. But if you don't have access to money anywhere else, it would make sense to take the money from there. The challenge is, are you thinking about moving forward ways to save money, not just in this pre-tax 401k, but also having an emergency savings so that if something happens, you don't have to pull from that 401k and not just get charged taxes, but also get charged a 10% penalty just for the convenience of having saved in this 401k. It's crazy. But let's say you've retired, right? And now you have some options, right? And you need to start thinking about, well, have I set myself up in retirement where this 401k is going to be my income and this is where I need to draw my income from? Or do I have other places throughout that I've saved? Maybe I have real estate portfolio. Maybe I have pension income. Social Security is an option as well. Right, so do I have enough income? Do I need to rely on my 401k to create income for me? If you do, you may want to think about transitioning a portion of that 401k into an annuity. So when I'm thinking about annuities and I'm thinking guaranteed income, I hear this thing that I was told a long time ago, and the question was, do you want to be rich or do you want to guarantee that you'll never ever run out of money? So that's the question I'm asking you. And type it in the comments below. Would you rather be rich or never run out of money? The other thing for retirees to consider is this 401k going to be part of your legacy, right? And so if it's part of your legacy and I need income, well, how much can I draw to ensure that I'm leaving money behind for my heirs, right? Because this is part of this legacy. But maybe it's part of my legacy and I'm never having to touch it. You know, I've set myself up, I have plenty of income, I have this 401k, and that's what I'm going to leave to my family. Well, did you know that there's better ways to leave money? If you use life insurance can create a tax-free or an income tax-free transfer to your heirs, whereas with a 401k, what you're leaving is a taxable asset. So as you get older and as you're in retirement, there's something called RMDs. So no matter what, even if you didn't need money from this 401k, you're going to be required to take minimum distributions by the government. What if you took those minimum distributions and transferred them into a life insurance policy? This could be a way to create even more wealth that you're leaving behind as part of your legacy. Regardless of where you're at, there's a lot of different options that you can choose from. And the important thing is really to take an assessment of where you're at currently and where you want to get to, because that's really going to be your starting point, right? Is where are you at? What things do you want to have happen? And how can we ensure that those things happen? Pre-retirement and even post-retirement, a well-invested portfolio coupled with insurance products, whether they be annuities or life insurance, can help create massive shifts in wealth and create optimal value of retirement income for you in the future.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rob Gill with the Money Minute. And unfortunately, you see stuff on YouTube that makes you think the success that they're sharing is overnight, and it's not. It takes time. And where I come from, Bayonne, New Jersey, blue collar, hard knocks, time means TIME, things I must earn. If you could own and understand the arduous process of time and love every bit of it, then what'll happen is you'll break inertia and gravity at some point won't hold you back, just like me. Back to the video.
There's so many important decisions that can be made around your 401k. That's why we put out content every single day, giving you different strategies and ideas around things that you can do, not just with 401k, but other types of investments and all sorts of things. So based on the questions you're asking, right, what do I do with my 401k if I've quit or retired? You know, it might be smart to sit down and talk with somebody who can help build out for you a game plan. If you click in the description box below, one of the team members at Epic can actually reach out to you and help you build out a game plan of what are the things that you can do with that 401k.